And this episode 11, oh man, it's gonna be a compilation. It's gonna be a mixture of current events, potluck. This potluck talk tonight.
First point. Second point, we can say what we want, but you're a gospel icon. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't curse, but yes, it's looked at differently when you're supposed to be this holy roller that day, and you sit there and tell your son, whether he's 33 or 17, you a bitch ass nigga.
He knows that he a big, gospel mogul and all that. He wouldn't have been doing that if he knew he was being recorded. He talking to his son. I ain't need my son to do no bitch ass shit like this. I'm talking to my son.
And Reg, are you a fan of football?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about the situation with Deshaun Watson and all these women and these allegations? Welcome to episode 11 of Nuthin Personal. I'm here with my co-host, Reg the Realist.
Yep.
My other co-host, he's back out from his hyenas, and Knucklehead Lou is in the building, back by popular demand. Bam, 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 bam. I give him horns. We give him horns. Welcome back, Knucklehead Lou, and my other co-host, the Therapist. And I'm your host, co-host, whatever you want to call me, the chosen one, aka Willing to Love. And this episode 11, oh man, it's gonna be a compilation. It's gonna be a mixture of current events, potluck. This potluck talk tonight. And the first conversation I want to bring out, I want to get our co-host's opinions on this football player, superstar football player. He's actually the quarterback of the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson. And all these allegations that suddenly, out of nowhere, suddenly appeared. And Reg, are you a fan of football?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about the situation with Deshaun Watson and all these women and these allegations all of a sudden coming out?
I feel this is what happened. It looked like this is what happened when you piss off billionaires. Like, you know what I mean? He requesting the trade. We never heard no problems with Deshaun Watson and nothing. We never heard no trouble. And now, as soon as he demanded the trade, say he don't want to play for that racist organization and all that, then all of a sudden these allegations come up. And, and it's like...
But why, what you got to think about? Why all of a sudden he wanted to trade and all of a sudden they such a racist organization? He been there about 5-6 years.
Well, they've been losing a lot of players that's been claiming the same thing. Top players as well, like Hopkins, and J.J. Watt didn't want to be there no more.
Yeah, he said messing up their career.
So it's like it's something over there going on, but they didn't like it because I guess that was their future, and he don't want to play that. And I'm just saying it's just really starting to be like a trend, like. Even go as soon as you piss them off, they're gonna do something. We could take that over to the with Deshaun Watson now, who never had no trouble. I do not know if he's innocent or guilty. I don't know that.
Right.
But it's just ironic that this comes out. Just like with the Bill Cosby stuff. You hear stuff like, yeah, he was gonna buy this NBC or all that. Then that stuff come out of nowhere. He was the perfect citizen. Everybody
Bill Cosby stuff. Those allegations they had surfaced and then been suppressed. It wasn't like they just dug in their behind.
Okay, I got another one for you. As a person out here trying to get black people money for reparations and a lot of little stuff like with the slavery people with T.I. Now all of a sudden, this stuff he's doing, all this talking he's doing, now these allegations come up. 13, 14 people claiming on him and his wife. You can even go back to the Michael Jaxn stuff, like with this saying he's trying to own Sony. He was owning Sony. It just seems like it's a trend. Like I said, I don't know if they innocent or guilty, but even if they was guilty, it seemed like they hide it when they want them to be beneficial to them. But as soon as they go against them, they want to put it out there. So like with the Bill Cosby thing, they probably know about that and they ain't put it out there.
Absolutely.
R. Kelly. They let him out the first time. They resurfaced this stuff. I don't know what. I'm just using examples of. It seemed like you can't really piss these people off, and it seemed like they just got you by the throat. Like anytime they want, they can leak this information and start getting people to go out there and complain. And whether all them people, if they did it or not, I just believe that like it's not all them people that they did it to. Like I just feel like after one or two, everybody like, oh, I'm gonna try to give me some money. I'm gonna try to give me some money, and it just starts piling up. I don't really think it's all them people. Go ahead.
No rejection. Know what you were saying?
I just have a question.
I just don't think with none of them things. I think with a lot of them, it's just always people just trying to pile on and just get some of the past.
So at the end of the day, do we as a whole do we believe in Illuminati? Do y'all think? I gotta be careful now. Our show might get cut off, man.
But look, I don't know about that name, but I just believe it's powerful billionaires out there.
It's higher beings.
Right, and and I just feel like they run it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't piss them people off. Another thing is, my last point about this is that I just feel like they just really, it seems like with the black people, like the black athletes or whatever, they just really, soon as they do one thing, they really try to put it on everything. Like, and it's like the guy, I can't think of his name, this guy, I think he played with Seattle or something, like his wife called the police, said she's gonna try to kill her, he's about to kill her. Mm-hmm. And you don't really hear about that. You didn't hear them talking about it on First Take every day for a whole week. All these other little, like with Deshaun, why they talking about him on more than just sports channels? So it seemed like man, like they really, like them people run it. They control the media. They know what, how much if they want to tear somebody down, they can put that on every platform they want. And it seemed like that's what's happening with a lot of people that really speak out about these people.
That's facts. Okay, Angelique, what you had to say? I stopped you because they say I have emails and they say we always getting on Reggie and don't let Reggie get his thoughts out. So Reg got a big fan base out there. So I said, okay, we'll take in consideration.
That's fair. That's fair. My question is, well, it's a question and a statement. One, where there's smoke, there's fire. Everybody can't make up the same lie about you. That's one thought. Secondly, if we know that they are going to make an example out of us with certain things, why put yourself in a position to be made an example out of? I don't care if you took pussy from a person or 10 people. If you took it, if you strong-armed it, you still took it. So whether that people can say that woman ain't had no business being there, she had whatever the case may be, but if he took advantage of one woman, 9 out of 10, he did it more than a time. I don't know if he's guilty or innocent. My thing is, don't get him leverage if you know that you play for a racist organization, because they're all of them, they knew it was racist when Jim Brown played for them, so it ain't changed in the last 60 years. Why even get him the ammunition? Why give him the bullets and the gun?
That's what my response to that.
But that's what rich people do.
And that's the problem.
Rich people,
especially African American or minority people, we get money and forget that we're black.
I feel that because I still don't agree
They're not
with the way they're doing it. But I agree, we gotta be better at putting ourselves in better positions, and that goes to another subject, kind of a little bit like with how we see like our people, like not saying that they right for doing this, but we see how these police are quick to kill us. We gotta be smarter and kind of stop putting ourselves in, dangerous situations. Like, man, do what them people, like listen to them people when they got you at them stops or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to know sudden movements, none of that. Like, I see they just itching at what they finger on the trigger.
But sometimes it don't even
not all the time. It don't always mean it. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna try to better my chance.
No, and I totally understand.
So y'all know what they want to do, so I'm gonna try to better my chance.
I totally understand that.
So, and it'll be the same with the sports people. I'm gonna try to stay clean.
If you're dealing with athletes, money tends to make people think that they're invincible.
Yeah, and money covers up a lot of things.
It covers up a lot
of fault, and you can get caught, and money can pay the judge, and money can get you get a lot of stuff thrown underneath the rug. But it's that consistent behavior.
Yeah.
Once you start consistent, like, man, even your lawyer be like, man, you know you done messed up, right?
Because what's done in the dark, eventually it tends to surface.
And women, yes, it don't all have to happen, but they hear one woman, all they gotta do is make sure their story close. And the powers that be, if they wanted to get on Deshaun like they have, they can pay a woman. Hey, this white woman. Now they were talking about he was in the massage parlor and doing inappropriate things, and that usually what happens.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think you think that all of these women be right? Like you don't think nobody come out like, oh man, I could do that too.
No, this is what I will say. A woman can trump up the charges, but it's a very fine line. Because my thing is, he a football player, right? How big is he?
Big guy.
He about 6'1". He can strong arm some pussy. Flat out. And the problem with that is, everybody in their mind, when you think of rape, you think of it like dark alley, somebody bash you over your head. No, it could be I said no and you didn't honor that. That's still rape. And nobody acknowledges that. So 9 times out of 10, a lot of girls might have tucked their tail or might have felt like, oh, well, we might have got high, we got drunk, and I probably shouldn't have been there. Till you hear somebody else's story, like, girl, he had you in that room too.
Do you think they coming out like, oh man, I feel that same way? Or you think they like, oh shit, she getting a couple million, I'm finna come out too then.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It might be a little bit of both. If I'm walking around here feeling shamed and feeling like boo-boo and feeling away, and then I see this broad finna get paid off the same thing that I've been walking around with for 4 years. Excuse me, attorney, sir. Yeah, let's talk about it. Because I can tell you how this woo-wah-wah, like I said, 1, 2, if it's enough women saying it though, he might have a problem with, some men have a problem with aggression and they don't like to be told no. And if she's 5'5", 142 pounds and he's 6'1", 2 something, he can snatch her up.
But if it's a conspiracy, them people, them high ups, they know that too. And we just make it, we get like 10 or 12 people come out, they gonna believe it.
This is the problem too. Black people, we love to say something a conspiracy when somebody just wrong. Sometimes people just be wrong. And they take advantage of their ability to be wrong.
Has conspiracies happened before when they wasn't
Conspiracies do happen, but this is
I'm
gonna give you my analogy for that. With African American people. We might know that it might be that man in the church or that family uncle who got a tendency to touch people. We don't report him to the authorities. We say stuff like, keep him away from Uncle Jimmy because you know he's friendly. The hell? So it's like we keep a problem going. So we're trying to deal with something. Well, don't say nothing to the press because that just see if he'll pay you off. Yeah, but if she get paid off, she get paid off. It's one girl who don't care about looking bad. She like, no, he did woo-wah-wah. That don't mean he didn't do it to the other 3 girls. It just meant they felt like, I'm going to take my shame and I'm going to tuck it in my back pocket.
Or that one girl could just be like, oh, my money ran out. I kind of blew through that.
And she can. But guess what? You got to deal with the karma from that. But he still, as an individual, has to acknowledge if you did something wrong to somebody, you wrong.
Wrong's wrong.
What's up with you?
What's knucklehead Lou?
Clear your throat over there.
I got 2 points, about 3, 4 different point of views on this. I want to address what you just said. When you said why give him the gun, they was giving the gun when he was born. They was giving the gun when he was born.
I said why give him the
black
bullets?
man, give him the bullets, the gun, the rifle, whatever you want to give him. Them doing a black man in this world, you already been ridiculed. It don't matter.
Okay.
I'm with Reg. Like I like. By no means I'll approve rape or none of that, but it's mighty funny that this man been in the league for, 4 years? We haven't heard a peep.
They said he was
a squeaky clean dude, stand-up guy. And it's mighty funny that he demanded a trade. And
They just drop out the sky.
Right.
it just come from nowhere. And it's not 1. It's 12.
So,
Like I understand when you say, well, there's smoke, there's fire. I understand that. That don't mean he started. You know, that don't mean he started the fire. He might not been there to start it.
so you saying like, if he's saying I'm out of here, and he's such a bad guy, why y'all trying to bring this up? Y'all trying to keep him in? He already said I'm leaving from y'all.
It's kind of what I just said, like. They was giving the bullets and the guns when he was born. He a black man. Think about it. Like The owner of the New England Patriots got did the same way. Robert Kraft went to a massage parlor. They said he touched them the wrong way. They talked about this man for a day on national programs. They talked about Deshaun Jaxn. They still talking about him to this day. I just feel like, me personally, that's the second part. And another thing, man, I just think that us as black people, you know, we give this stuff too many legs. We make fun of it. We make a joke about it. It's not called for. You know, as long as we keep talking about it, they want to keep giving to it. It's ratings. If we watching it, they talk about it. Yeah. It's ratings. It keep going up. Like he just mentioned about the guy that played with the Seahawks. They talked about this guy for maybe 30 minutes.
That was it.
You know what? When the R. Kelly stuff come out, I saw Ricky Smiley, you know, making jokes about this man. You know, it's crazy. But when the guy, the what's the movie guy name? You think these higher ups in these radio stations gonna let you look? Y'all talking about it for 10 minutes and it's over. We ain't talking about it no more. It's over with. But I do feel like Angelique said, I feel like that money do make you feel like you untouchable. That's why I just say it's mighty funny that these allegations coming out when he leaving. But money do make you feel like you was untouchable. It make you feel like, it make you do arrogant stuff.
Yeah,
it make you very arrogant. Steve Harvey had the greatest quote ever. Money don't make you something else. It make you more of who you are.
Yep.
If that man was doing that stuff when he was younger, it's going to make him continue to do it now. And me personally, I just don't want to, like with Deshaun Jaxn, I don't want to talk about it no more because it's a legal case, it's a civil case, and I don't want to give it legs. Because what if, I made a statement to somebody before, what if all this kind of stuff come out that
it's a lie.
Bill Cosby was telling the truth, or that R. Kelly was telling the truth? You have destroyed a man.
It's over with. Ain't no
You destroyed
like
this
with
man.
Ross.
That happened with
He
Michael
probably get
Jackson.
cut.
Right.
And
That's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying. Like,
now them
you
people
destroy
big.
a
Like,
person, man.
now with them people, they can stay out. They core fans, but I think somebody like Watson, this could destroy him. He a black quarterback, and we already don't have long anyway.
Right. It just kills me that
I think
it seems like, and it goes back to what you said. It's very bad that we will kick each other when we down.
Yes, as a people,
You know, like,
It's that crabs in a barrel mentality.
Right.
Well, since we kicking, we finna jump to the next subject. Another black man. Oh my God. Since we got our feet out, what's his name? Derrick, what's his name? Jaxn. Not Derrick Watson. Derrick Jaxn.
Mr.
Man, yeah, he's supposed to be a specialist. He's a guru on how to treat a woman, and ladies, you shouldn't take this off a man, and you act like this, you're gonna receive this type of man, and he do his stuff in tank tops, just sexy, telling you what to do, and he's a married man, and he didn't get caught up in the scandal, so they done found out that he didn't cheated on his wife multiple times and had multiple mistresses. So that's one of the new hot trending topics. How do you feel about
let her go. She itching to kind of talk about this.
okay, because
I see your hands over there moving and stuff. Like, go ahead, man.
And do you find him attractive? Because I heard ladies say they find him very attractive.
I mean, he's dark and he's nice.
Dark means attractive.
I like chocolate men, but no, he does have. He has nice features. He seems put together well.
Okay.
However, I don't know if y'all remember a few episodes back. Remember I said it be the men on Facebook who pose themselves as relationship gurus to get, excuse my French, they use it to get pussy. That's a ploy. He's telling nothing about anything that he says is wrong.
I'm gonna say, but the man is laying out the hard truth.
Guess what?
Raw and uncut.
Guess what? But more times than not, anybody who is that transparent about their same gender it's used as it's their cheat code. They doing it to make women think, oh, I understand you, I know what you need. Women fall for that. Them be the most deceitfulest dudes on the face of the earth. It's a part of his plan. He's a master manipulator. So he take that brain.
Oh, I like that word.
He like Japan.
Master.
He play. It's like the overlay for the underplay.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing about him. And I told one of my clients that, and she was like, "Oh, he would have got me." Because I said everything about what he said seems like bullshit. It's the truth, but you're giving me this feedback. Women, you shouldn't do this. You know what I shouldn't do because you're warning me about you.
Exactly.
Bottom line.
He just
Now, and I think
up.
so much has been being said on social media about this. For one, everyone wants his wife to leave him. For the fuck what?
Right, stupid.
For why? I'm not saying you should stay for money, but you got cheated by Antoine who worked for Popeye. Multi-million-dollar YouTuber, I promise I'll figure it out. First of all. Second of all, what is she to do if she leaves? Who was she before? You didn't even know he had a wife. Who is she to be now? To what? She ain't got much to stand on.
She has something to stand on. She will.
Now but my thing is, have you
It doesn't matter. She'll have something to stand on.
have you read?
But I just go.
If you follow on social media her whole image and her whole mirage or what, like who she is,
That's just who she is.
It's women that have became multi-millionaires.
absolutely.
Yeah, she might get a VH1 show or
Nah,
something.
she can write a book.
She
can
wrote
write
a book.
We can definitely
I almost think it's a publicity stunt for her to get a book.
No, he has a book. He just
No, I know he got books.
So he just dropped the book
He just dropped the book.
about making your marriage strong after fidelity.
Give her 6 months and she probably gonna have the cheat code for women on how to stay
Of course.
after your man has cheated. It is what it is. I think we love to give people insight, just as the people in general,
But
on situations we've never been a part of. This her husband, it ain't her boyfriend. So it is what it is. If she chooses to stay, have at it, sis. That's your husband. You have a right to fight for your marriage or for whatever capacity you want it to be. Secondly, I think people pissed off. I think more women are mad because he's everything that they thought
this is what they was
wasn't.
really like.
But he never said he wasn't. He just was telling
That's
y'all
what
who
I'm
to look
saying.
out.
Y'all put him on a pedestal.
But that's what happens when you put people
But
somewhere.
I ain't like this. Like y'all put him too high on a pedestal.
He would
like,
accept this too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He prayed off
He
of
did
the
too. So he
internet.
looks stupid. But at the end of the day, y'all still see he's still a man. He gon'
He's
mess up.
human.
That's with a preacher or anybody. Like we human. It kind of so just because he know the right way to do. Like we know a lot of stuff we don't supposed to be doing and we still do. So he knew.
Now you
You
preach.
know what I'm saying? Like he knew like the right stuff to do or how to treat a woman or whatever. But he's also treating the other women like that too, I guess. And like like you say, when everything in the dark comes to light. He didn't think that was gonna get showed or whatever, but
That
at the end
level
of
of
the day,
arrogance. That's what I meant.
yeah, but at the end of the day, though, like y'all see, like he probably was telling the truth about a lot of stuff that he be telling y'all in these videos. That don't
That's
mean
what I say. He was telling the truth. That's
Yeah.
why the truth, man, the truth mixed with a lie, man, those be some of the best lies. Those be some of the best lies when you throw some truth in that, man. So he mastered being, like she said, manipulative. He manipulated these ladies, and to him, he started feeling like he was a god. He felt like he was the guru. He was the magic man, and the women was giving him praise and like, yes, he's the chosen one. He's sent to help us, to lead us.
Exactly.
And this man is very, very sneaky. Even when they did an interview, him and his wife, he didn't even look remorseful. I didn't feel like he was sorry. He was interrogating her on the interview. So he was like, so how did you feel when I cheated on you? What made you stay? And why would you stay? I'm like,
robotic.
and that's the TV stuff. It seems like that's really like that's a plan.
No, that seemed
That's
like
who he is.
that's who he is, and they was talking like, yeah, he's really changed. He's really calmed down because before this he wouldn't ask any questions. He just do things his way. Now he asked me, baby, I'm talking to this lady and I got a contract here. So she's feeling more comfortable that he says now he knows God's plan and God's gonna get the glory out of this. You didn't. Only way you can change and God to get the glory out of something, you got to really change, man. It can't be in your words. It's got to be in your actions, your walk, your lifestyle. So his attitude, man. Sometimes men can see things. Sometimes men can see other men and we like, oh, that's a low down joke.
Because he looked like he wasn't, he didn't look apologetic. What it looked to me like, my granddaddy used to always say, I ain't sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for the way I said it.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga looked like, I'm sorry I got caught. He's sorry for it coming to light. I think he's sorry for being put on the spectacle of what he been doing behind the scenes. I think he liked women looking at him like he was this relationship god or guru. But I just don't understand. I don't understand how women just take the they take the advice of men, self-appointed men. How a man gonna tell you how to be a woman? Like I wouldn't
He can tell you what
But I
men
think
like.
he can tell you how to treat.
He
He
can
can tell
tell
a woman
you-
how they supposed to be treated.
But okay.
I feel like that. I think women was attracted to the fantasy of what he was giving them.
The drink.
Yeah, the dream, and I don't think it was a host. That woman was hurt in that video. She was truly hurt. I think it was I think the interview was staged.
That's what I mean.
But I don't think that it was phony. I don't think it was for like the selling no books and nothing. I think he really hurt that one.
Kind of like the Will and Jada thing.
Right, exactly. Like you kind of like that.
Definitely
But
hurt him.
I think that.
I think she's a hurt person prior to it.
I wouldn't say that. I don't think that. What that man was doing, like, I don't think that. What women need to realize is there's no such thing as a perfect. No, it's only one perfect person that walks this
Absolutely.
earth. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has flaws, and there is no man on this earth. No man on this earth can tell you what you like because you different. You different than every woman on this earth. You're different than your mother and she raised you. So there's no way another woman could be the same as you. So he could be out here telling you, look, a man shouldn't do this, a man shouldn't do that. But within the fans of your home, you deal with what you want to deal with.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it was, dude he's just a character. He knew he found his niche into where he could make money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he pounced on it.
Yeah,
He pounced on it and
He's a predator.
Right.
Even
That's-
for grown women.
That's what I said. He preys on
right. He's a
that,
master.
because women love feeling like, oh, he understands and he putting us up on game. That ain't no different than that Steve Harvey book. Ain't nothing Steve Harvey said in that book was something that we didn't already know.
But still though, I could look, and I could tell you right now, that guy gonna walk in here and talk to you, and he gonna sleep with you, and he's going to leave you. He could be my best friend, I can tell you that. You don't care. You're going to get what you want to get, no matter what. You already got a plan in your head what you want anyway. So women could, you know, play dumb all they want. Like, oh man, he did see that. Come on, man, it's just like the drunk woman. Oh, I was drunk. I don't remember I did this. Come on, man, stop it. You know what I'm saying? You know what
You can be drunk and not remember.
Right.
No, for real. You can be drunk and not.
No. You know what you was drinking to forget. That's what you was doing.
Absolutely not.
You don't get drunk and forget. You drink to forget.
No.
Like you were sober before you got drunk. You was in that room with that guy. Like, hold on, wait. If I get drunk, I know I might go here, so let me have this excuse. So let me go ahead and keep on tossing this bottle back, so in the morning I can be like, what did I do? Like, come on, man. You know when you got drunk, you was going up.
No, in real life, there is a difference between being drunk and doing something where you knew, like, I'm loose, but you know how you're inebriated. I'm tipsy past the point of where I can really. But there's also a level of drunk where you do not remember anything.
But you knew you was getting there, right?
Yeah, but most of the time, by the time you realize you was getting there, you're already gone.
You already
But I'm talking about in the aspect of being with a man.
Well, we
Then what
finna
man
do a
get
little
up?
bit more kicking, y'all.
Stomp.
GP, are you with me? Now we gonna switch it over to my brother in Christ, man. My boy Kirkland Franklin, man. He had a real episode come out a couple of weeks. Him and his son, his son, I don't even know who does this. What son records him and his father on the phone in a heated argument? Like, what you gonna give it to the police? You gonna press charge? I'm going to jail for snapping on you, for cussing you out. So I really don't get his point. I don't know if he tried to do this for bribery purposes. I don't know if Kirk not giving him the bag no more, or Kirk saying, "Negro, you gotta work. I ain't got nothing for you." You know what I'm saying? So it was recorded, and he slipped the tape out of Kirk Franklin, telling him he wanted to do some things to him and put his feet somewhere. So Reg, how you feel about that situation? With you knowing who Kirk Franklin is, a gospel icon, and he's very inspirational in helping people change their life, and he made gospel music cool.
Yeah,
he made it cool. He brought like almost hip hop to gospel. So how you feel about seeing?
I just feel that his son put the tape out. His son a clown too, by the way. First, let me start with that. But his son put that out for the same reason that I feel if the Deshaun Watson stuff was it's a scam, or I believe they put it out just for their own reasons. I feel that they staged that interview, the Derrick dude and his wife, they staged the interview for probably some kind of reasons, get some money or something. But this dude probably ain't getting the money from his daddy or whatever that he want, and he feel this interview will give me a TV show or something. I feel like if Kirk Franklin talked to him like that when he's 33, he been talking to him like that since he was 3. Like, he's black. I done got talked to her like that when I was growing up. Like, there's normal. There ain't no me recording our parents. Like, nah. Like, he's just a clown for that. I think it's simple. He just wants some money, or he's trying to get some kind of, notoriety. Because I've never heard nobody talk about none of Kirk Franklin kids or nothing. So he trying to be the famous one, I guess. I don't know.
I will say this. If that's getting Kirk Franklin in trouble, God forbid my son record me. Because what I say to my son, look, I just feel like, man, to each his own, man. You raise your kids. I mean, he's a grown man, but like Red said, man, he been hearing this. Kirk Franklin ain't just did this that day. This been going on. He's probably looking for a TV show, looking for a ploy for some money or something. It's just ridiculous, man.
And he planned it. But the way the convo went, y'all didn't just get on the phone, hello, hey, daddy, and they just started that.
Right.
That was already going on. He probably like, hold on real quick. Hold on, daddy, let me answer the line. Let me set this camera up.
Right.
Now,
Let me get him
Kirk
saying
hung up on him and he called
Right,
him
he
back.
like, let me record this like that. It was planned, man. Like, and he baited him. Y'all hear him in the video. I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Now, I do feel like he baited him. I do feel like the whole "I dare you," that whole thinking that you can combat your parent at 33, 53. I think it's a line you should not cross. Parental. On the flip side of this, you said he probably been hearing that his whole life. That don't make it right. And black people, we got a tendency to think it's okay to verbally abuse our kids and say stuff like, "I should have beat your ass." Well, you probably should have, because I have emotional scars from you talking to me like I'm a nigga on the street. First point. Second point, we can say what we want, but you're a gospel icon. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't curse, but yes, it's looked at differently when you supposed to be this holy roller by day, and you sit there and tell your son, whether he's 33 or 17, you a bitch ass nigga.
But he won't do that
Guess
if he wasn't, like you said, he know that he a big, gospel mogul and all that. He wouldn't have been doing that if he knew he's being recorded. He talking to his son. I ain't think my son would do no bitch ass shit like this.
Guess what?
I'm talking to my son.
But like Will just said a few minutes ago, when you really out walking in the light, you walking in it. It ain't a mirage. If the camera's on or off, you gonna be with the walk that you walk. everybody got their breaking point. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I do feel like black parents have a propensity to think that get over it. Some emotional scars are not get overable. Some people just want to, I'm sorry. Some parents need to acknowledge that I hurt you. I don't know, I didn't do it intentionally. I just raised you the best I knew how. I did what my parents did to me, and clearly it wasn't the best move. I'm sorry. Are black people gonna say, do black parents say that? Hell no. They're gonna tell your ass, get over it, or I did the best I could with what I had. Well,
Not all.
what if but most of them will. And what if I told you your best wasn't good enough? What if I told you your best led to me in therapy? And after year 3, I figured out how to navigate it. But the words are traumatic. If he called that boy a bitch ass nigga at 33, I bet you he called his ass a bitch ass nigga at 17, and he probably called his ass a pussy at 12.
He probably was.
He probably was.
He's proving it now when you take out all
I'm
that
not
stuff.
taking one way or the other, but what I'm saying is parentally, parents have to learn how to acknowledge some accountability.
Now you look, you know what you was taught.
I know what I was
Your
taught.
brain
That
is
don't
like
mean
a
that it's
sponge.
right though.
This social media
Joe, I mean,
these kids out here shooting up stuff and doing all this.
I
other
get
stuff.
all of that.
Look, I'm gonna raise my son the way I was raised, and I feel like I turned out pretty well.
The problem is we want to raise them with the way we were raised, but they don't live in the world that we once lived in. So them times that
It don't mean that we
Everything changed.
no, I'm not saying, but you have to modify. You can't use
the world
Microsoft.
changed. Parenting don't change.
But it has, you have to modify it.
You don't have to modify parenting.
You do.
How? Why?
You have to modify everything to
They say you gotta
transition.
adjust with the time.
You have to adjust with the time.
Parenting?
Yes, everything.
You can't. Let me tell you something. If you cook on an electric stove or a gas stove, you can't cook the same way because they don't cook the same way.
Okay, and that's been like that since the ancient times.
But that's
So so no matter if it's in 1921 and 2021, electric stoves and gas stoves still work the same. I don't care.
They don't
Your
work the
kids
same.
is
Your children
raised
are
fire
differently,
is fire.
man. Your kids is
Fire is
raised
fire.
differently,
Your
man.
children, it's a whole different time. I'm not saying modify and
Social
tweak.
media. Social media.
You don't have to modify and tweak
Social
everything,
media.
but
Everything.
let's be honest. If you reflect on how we was raised, we might have made it out all right, but that don't mean we good.
Right.
92% of us need therapy. 82% of us got emotional issues and don't know how to communicate. 57% of us got a love for money and things because we probably grew up middle class, low key poor. So now we attracted to. We feel like things and materials make us who we are.
So you think
totally
that therapy will help that?
Absolutely. You clearly have never been to therapy.
But I feel like that if you have look, man, appetites are something. If you have an appetite for something, ain't no therapy gonna make you stop wanting.
That's not true.
So wait a minute. So I like what y'all saying, but yeah, my take on Kirk Franklin's ordeal is that Kirk, he my man. You know, he made being saved cool. You know what I'm saying? Being saved acceptable. But like she said, like I am who I am. Regardless if you record me or you not recording me. You didn't see me in the gym. I'm gonna talk my stuff. I'm gonna say you're weak butt, all this and that. I don't care if nobody make me mad, piss me off, and nobody record. It's in me. The Bible said what's in you, it'll come out. So even me being pissed off, and I have been pissed off before. You know, it's just not in me to do that. I couldn't even imagine cussing my son out. You know, even more now that he's older than younger. I'm like, you know, you was a little managed little boy. I had to do that, but you grown now, so I can imagine cussing him out and calling him a BA nigga and I choke you. I have come down on my nephews. I have had to put my hands on them because, you know, they provoke me. So with Kirk, all we heard with the recording, he said, I dare you. I dare you. He could have been cussing at him, But when it came on, he wasn't just going into straight cussing, just hearing them cuss. So he hit Kirk buttons, but he still, at the end of the day, Kirk felt like, you know, he didn't have nothing to lose. I can cut you out. I ain't got to respect you. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? You're a bum. You ain't got no money. I'm the one that's giving you money. You calling me. You asking me. So something on the inside made him feel like he's high and mightier than him. So he felt
that's
like,
true, Will. But we don't know what was said to this man.
right.
We don't know what was said to this man. And like Angela just said, we all got triggers. You don't know what his son said to him. He
What if he said, you a
something
bitch
about-
ass nigga,
or
Dad?
what if he said something about? What if they was arguing about?
But
his
this
wife
what
or
I
his
do.
girlfriend or something
But when you're a believer, I'm coming from the standard of a believer. If you're a believer and it's going down like that, he calling me and be, I gotta get off the phone because I'm gonna kill you. I gotta get off the phone because me saying this ain't gonna do nothing.
Y'all putting him on the same pedestal that the women put the Derrick dude on. He's still a man.
He's still a man, but guess what?
That's still his son, and he raised. He letting him talk to him crazy.
He can be
let me ask you this.
The father and everything, but somebody got to play the higher role. And I'm saying, as a believer, bro.
But didn't y'all say he hung up?
And he snapped. He snapped. And
Y'all say he hung up
because he could have played the house.
And
guess what? And you could have not.
He could have blocked him.
He could have blocked, or you could have not answered.
And how do y'all know? Okay, but he's still a man. He's still human. He probably slipped up and called him out there like, my bad son for that. Well, no, once he released that tape, I wouldn't have did nothing.
But let's just call it a thing. He might not have done any of that. Because with parenting, if you got more than one kid, you learn this stuff along the way. He might not have done everything that he's done with those younger kids with that oldest.
Right.
And y'all know y'all could grow up in the house with all of the siblings and everybody got a different story. We lived in the same house. But your interaction or how you receive mom and dad's parenting, one kid could feel like mom and daddy was the worst. One kid could feel like they ain't do enough. One kid like, seemed okay with me.
Kirk, during them years, he probably was super popular. So he probably
Kirk might not have been around. He might not have raised that boy.
8, 9, 10.
And that boy might resent that. And even though he's 33, a part of him is still a little kid who would like his father to acknowledge him and not in a derogatory way. We just assume because he Kirk Franklin that he couldn't have been in the wrong in no way, shape, fashion, or form.
I didn't say he was.
No, not you. I'm just saying in general. Black people, and like on social media, everybody kind of just jumped on the bandwagon. Y'all gonna quit coming for Kirk.
What I didn't like, the part I didn't like, where it's like, people definitely was like trying to crucify him. No, it ain't no reason to crucify him or try to mute his music and stuff like cursing is the biggest sin. Come on now. We didn't heard people cuss for years, man. A sin is a sin. He sinned. He cussed them out. That's not nothing you can't come back from. Right. That's not nothing you didn't create another child with, so you got to live with the rest of your life. You can come back from that, especially dealing with an older child. Mm-hmm. So now I want to get y'all final thoughts on just the everything about the current events. What's your final thoughts as a whole?
I feel rather I don't know if Deshaun Watson is guilty or innocent, but I just feel that it's just too ironic and it's just that all this information is coming out after he go against them high-powered billionaires, and I feel it's been going on for years with all our black stars, with a lot of our black stars. Soon as they go against the grain, their career gets at jeopardy. The Derrick dude, I always forget his last name. Jaxn, yeah. Him, I feel. That's what you got to really remember that people. He looks like he looks stupid because of all the stuff he preached, but at the end of the day, he's still human, and we can't put him on that pedestal like he's not that high pedestal, like he's not gonna make mistakes. He's still human. He could know what's the right thing to do and how to treat these women. That don't mean he's gonna follow all of those steps or all those things.
Right.
He could have been faithful for 20 straight years in a row, but had a slip up because he's human.
Because that inbox rock.
He got some popularity he ain't know before.
And with Kirk, I just feel like at the end of the day, no matter how, like, I'm sorry, you just don't do that with your daddy. You know the career he got on everything. You just don't do that. I mean, like, not saying that it's okay to just disrespect your kids, but still at the end of the day,
That's in-house stuff.
That's in-house stuff, and still at the end of the day, the way that combo went, I could tell Kirk wasn't the only one that was being disrespectful. And I felt that he baited him to do that just because he clicked the button and he could get a little publicity behind it or whatever, because nobody never heard of him before this. And that's just my final thoughts.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I think that what's his name? Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun
Watson.
Deshaun Watson. I don't know whether he is innocent or guilty. I do think that my thoughts with anybody of that level of popularity, for me, don't put yourself in a position. If you know you're gonna rock the boat, don't put yourself in a position for them to find something on you. It's just like you said, it's just ironic that it come out. It is kind of ironic, but how many stars? Nothing ever has come out about it.
Right, and they
walk through life easy breezy. You see what I'm saying? So I have a hard time buying into that narrative that they picking on him, because it's a lot of people they can pick on with that. Hopefully it goes into his favor, but I don't feel like, I'm never an advocate for making the victim feel worse or feeling like they lying. So dude, if you've been strong arming girls or forcing your will, you probably should stop. It's not a good look. Derrick Jaxn, I feel like he is who he told us he was. You all just didn't pay attention. I don't think that women realize that when people are warning you about the kind of man you should be with and the kind of stuff you should require, they're talking about themselves. So it's a pussy magnet. He preys on women who don't know any better, and it worked. He's a human. I don't think his wife should leave him or anything. I think what they have is what they have, and it should go from there. Kirk Franklin, I think that him and his son need to go to family counseling, because there are some underlying deep-rooted issues that they both have. And I just think that baby he's not a baby, but that man put a mirror on maybe who his father really is. We might see GP, are you with me? But his daddy might cuss all of them out. He's short, and most short men have the Napoleon out. So he might be extra aggressive, and it don't work for everybody. I do think that is something that they should have been able to deal with without involving outsiders. Because whether or not it's valid, the son made himself look like exactly what his daddy called him on that phone. Those are my thoughts.
I will say with the Deshaun Watson thing, like I mentioned about earlier, I just don't want to keep giving it legs. It's mighty ironic that we is talking about this on the day that George Floyd, case started. You know what I'm saying? And
we could have talked about that
right,
too.
I just don't feel like that we should keep on giving this legs. We need to leave it alone. Let the courts handle it. Stop giving it legs and stop throwing this guy under the bus until we know what happened. With the Derrick Jaxn thing, it's like I said, man, I just think he gave women fantasies of what they really want. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. There's no such thing as a perfect man or a perfect woman. You gotta live your life as you live it. And with the Kirk Franklin thing, man, I just think dude was trying to get some money, man. I think I think everybody have their own way of parenting. You do it the way you fit, that you feel that you think your child could survive in this world when they grow up and become a man or a woman and need to walk the straight and narrow out here in this world. And you raise them how you feel best, how you feel fit. I don't think Kirk Franklin, I'm not going to say he was right, I'm not going to say he was wrong. That's the way he parented. Who was me to judge?
Okay, well, with Deshaun Watson, I really can't say that he did or he didn't, but I can imagine him doing a lot of those things, because you can see guys, everyday guys, who are on the street that how disrespectful they are to women and have no regards to women and treat them like trash and talk to them like trash. So coming from someone who's rich and who has a whole organization behind them as being a franchise quarterback, he probably did do a few foul things that he had no business doing. So, because he had the power, he can get away with it. And then, once you let your power go, once you let your backing go, then And like, okay, let's show him. Let's show him then. Let's show him who really had your back. So I think that's because at massage parlors, you know, even overseas, that's all that is customary, you know. Happy endings. We heard of happy endings. We not even rich, and we didn't heard of happy endings. So, you know, it could have been a part of it. Okay, I give you $1,000, but now we just gonna go ahead and say you did all this stuff, even though they probably got paid for it. They got paid for it. And with Jaxn, Jaxn, he just he knew what he was doing. I feel that man knew what he was doing. And I'm a very good. I can discern people's characters very well, and it's just by his body language and everything on his video. He seemed like he had a lot of arrogance in him. He seemed like he was a very prideful man. The way his interview, I don't even think he would have been bothered if his wife would have just stayed gone. She left. She left for a little while, but I think he would have been good. He would have been happy if she would have just stayed gone. But he can really run around with these women because that's what he wanted to do. So now to protect his image, so now he got to I got to humble myself, and God told me this. So God wasn't talking to you before you got caught? He only told you to get right. He only told you to get yourself together when you got caught, when you got exposed. So you can miss me with that. And Kirk Franklin, man, everybody, he is human. So we all make mistakes. So I get that part. I'm saying he definitely made a mistake, but he has to acknowledge it was a mistake. He was in the wrong for his part. We're not talking about his son part. We're talking about for his part, because don't nobody even care really if his son was right or wrong. He's not the name that people looking at. So coming forth, that was great that Kirk came out with an apology. What the world probably want to see next is, Kirk, why don't you go on Ayana Fix My Life? You and your son on Ayana. Yes. If y'all do that, then I think everybody will forgive you, man. You go on Ayana.
And his son will win. Because that's what his son wanted when he started.
Exactly. So we thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all Sunday at 9:30. Please like and subscribe. Nuthin Personal Podcast. On all our behalf, we out. Peace. Yep.